Gunbuster 2, you know, it's kind of the same kind of theme, but obviously with, you know, more modern. It's not the same story. It's a different girl, different period. It's the same universe, because they link the two together, but this is in the future, I believe. And this one is, you know, the original one. But I mean, it gets pretty crazy. I mean, they get to creationism areas, you know, by the end of it, which is, I mean, they go full span with it. And then they released all of it on Blu-ray. So, oh no, these are just the movies. So the Diebuster and Gunbuster movie, but these are kind of like just re-releases. Yeah, this is. There's several of these that I have. A lot of people don't know this, but people that own these, they might. You see this. This is Hanamis, Bandai's label. Was originally based on Wings Over Hanamis, the animation movie they made a long time ago. You'll see a lot of titles released under this logo, and they did this right when Blu-ray first came out in like 2006. But basically what they did is they made bilingual sets for both the US and Japanese release. That's why everything has, you know, English and Japanese on them and stuff like that. So basically, I mean, they designed these to be, you know, this is pretty much the exact same case you got in Japan, which is really cool. So the quality is exactly the same. They're pretty much the exact same discs. They both have English. They both have Japanese. Even in Japan, when you buy these in Japan, they have English subtitles on them. They did all that stuff, you know, when Blu-ray came out to save money, and they did. You know, they saved a lot of money, but it was a really good way for some of us to get some really cool stuff on Blu-ray back when it was first coming out. So it was pretty cool. So just some info for you guys to know. I know, you know, I don't try to pretend I know it all. I know there's things that I might say that might not be completely accurate. I know most of it's true, but, you know, feel free, you know, to post in the comments if you see things that aren't completely accurate. You know, absolutely call me out on them. I don't take anything personally. Let's see. Gungrave, this is a really cool series. It's funny, like, it's all about this guy named, Beyond the Grave, that's his name. Beyond the Grave, see, he basically, this series is basically the whole story of how he became Beyond the Grave, but the manga is more popular, and he's, the video game of Gungrave is really popular. But this original series is all about the mafia stuff that he was in and with his friend and stuff, and, you know, basically all the events that turned him into the man he is today, kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. I was always hoping they'd come out with more. You know, I was hoping they'd come out with more Gungrave stuff, but I guess they didn't. I don't think. Oh yeah, this is huge. You know, it absolutely. This is one of those things that absolutely blows me away. That this is all they ever made in animation is this, and they made a little clip about Rollerball. And, you know, James Cameron's eventually going to make, you know, the movie on this. He's not going to direct it; someone else will, but he'll produce it and he's going to budget it and stuff. But this is called Gundam. I know it's called Battle Angel in America, but it's Gundam. It's always been Gundam for me. I've known about this manga since it started, really. I mean, this is huge for me. This is the only animation they ever made based on the manga, like ever. It's like 2 or 3 or 4 episodes, and that's it. And that's all they made. It's just about the first. It's pretty much just covers like the first book, the first manga, you know, chapter, or first manga volume, and that's pretty much it. Which is sad, because I have all of it. I have all Battle Angel. I'm still collecting it. He's still making more Battle Angel today, or still more Gundam. He's still writing more Gundam, and I'm still watching it, or I'm still reading it. I'm still buying it. I love Gundam. Gundam will always be awesome, but it blows me away that this is the only animation. What'll probably happen is, what'll most likely happen is James Cameron will make his movie, and he will call it Battle Angel, most likely. He'll make his movie, and then the Japanese will have renewed interest in their own property, and they will probably plow out a new series. But it probably won't be as good as if they had just decided to make one on their own. But, you know, I guess as long as they follow the manga, it'll be pretty good, because the manga is really good. But the manga is also drawn out. But, you know, a lot of Gundam is all about lots of build up. I mean, not so far, not so much build up, but basically, she's a cyborg. But if you go through the long-term story, I mean, she learns, this amazing skill, and they bring on all this other stuff into the story, like reincarnation, and basically nobody knows where her brain came from, and all this other stuff. But there's things where she dies and she comes back and stuff. It's like, how do they do that? I can't tell you stuff. It'd ruin the stuff that will probably come out in James Cameron. But James Cameron's only going to cover maybe this to the rollerball. I know he's going to put a lot of rollerball in this. Like, this doesn't cover any of the rollerball, but they'll get into the rollerball stuff. The rollerball is awesome. It's like a hack and slash competition thing. It's all the anyway. Gunslinger Girl, awesome. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. This is more modern. So I'm not going to touch on the modern stuff too much. The stuff that people have already seen, you know what it is. Like, oh yeah, he has Gunslinger Girl. So do I. A lot of people have that. I'm going to hit on most of the stuff that is older, because that's the stuff that I specialize in. That's the stuff I know more about, and I can hit more on. Gunsmith Cats, this is old school 90s, really good stuff. It was great in prime, really good story, takes place in America. If you haven't seen it, I'd check it out. It's pretty cheap stuff, I believe. Dot Hack, I'm not going to go too much into Dot Hack, but basically I love playing MMOs. I broadcast MMOs on my channel. If any of you found my YouTube channel from my broadcasting channel, then obviously you know exactly what I do most of the time. But I play a lot of MMOs. But if I ever get sick of them, and I don't feel like playing for a while, and if I watch just one episode of Dot Hack anything, the first thing I want to do is jump back in and start playing again, because the world that they create in these this massive Dot, and this is a franchise. I'll be honest, this Dot Hack thing, this is a franchise. I mean, they absolutely made it to absolutely milk the money out of everybody's pockets, and that's perfectly fine by me, because it is really, really well done, and it's marketed very well. It's one of those few things you can say that they did it the right way the first time, and it's just amazing. So anyway, this is all Dot Hack pretty much. Original Dot Hack. This came with a big ass treasure chest thing. I have it downstairs. It's pretty cool. It comes with it came with a t-shirt and a little plush toy and a bunch of other stuff. It's pretty cool. But I just don't have room on these shelves to put the big, huge, gigantic things they come in. Dot Hack Legend. These are generally in the order of, basically release. So the original Dot Hack, Legends in Twilight, which is, the two kids that win the two special character bodies based on the two characters that you play in the video games, which I also have those. Not all of them, but I have the original Dot Hack ones. Dot Hack Roots, which is really, really awesome. Really, really good story. Much more serious. No, it's about the same level of serious. They did such a good job in the first one. It's hard to top that. The GU trilogy. I haven't watched the GU stuff yet. Dot Hack Quantum, Dot Hack GU. I don't think I've seen either of these yet. No, I've seen Dot Hack GU. I've seen this OVA thing. I have seen this, but I haven't seen this Dot Hack Quantum yet. I just bought this, so I haven't seen it yet. I'll get it my next pass through, and I'll double check to make sure that I haven't seen this one. I have watched up to Dot Hack Roots, though. Oh god, this anime is awesome. This is a really cool collector's box too. Not a lot of people have. Haibane Renmei. Oh god, if you guys have not seen this, you've got to check it out. This is one of those atmosphere movies, extremely ambient, amazing to watch. I mean, if you need to calm down and feel better about things, I mean, like, the story isn't completely happy and stuff like that. It's more like, here's reality, and there's things you need to deal with in life. This is one of those shows that'll really help you. I mean, this will help you get over it and stuff like that, I think, because they reach troubled times, and everybody gets over problems and stuff like that. There's obviously, it's supposedly everybody's dead in it. I don't know the complete. It's hard to say, because a lot of there's a lot of psychological stuff in here, so you can't completely say what you see is like in Utena, they say everything is everything in Utena is everybody's dead, in what you see, and you don't learn about it till the end. This, you pretty much, you see the halo, you see the wings, you pretty much assume this is some form of a Christian heaven, I guess, but without the angels or pearly gates or any of that kind of stuff. It's more like, I don't know. It's weird. It's like they went from the regular world into another world that's like the regular world. It's kind of weird, but it's really good to watch. It's really ambient. You just watch it. You don't watch it because of, I guess you can watch it for what it kind of preaches, but it doesn't really preach anything really. It just uses symbolism, a lot of Christian symbolism. That doesn't mean it's necessarily Christian, but it's really cool to watch. Legend of Christania. This is an old school anime. This has been out for a really long time. Definitely 90s. Oh yeah, this is like a this is part of the Record of Lotus War world. And I love Record of Lotus War. I don't know why I have it here. This is, I mean, I know this is the title for the thing, but I think I should, yeah, I know. So this is one of those things where I like, where do you put this? Do you put this with Record of Lotus Wars because it's in the same universe? Or do you put it, in its title, where it is right now, based on its title? Because its original title is not Legend of Christania. It begins with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. It begins with H, whatever it is. So yeah, anyway. Hanayori Dango. This is an awesome series. I mean, honestly, it's more for girls, I guess. But the story is so good that it doesn't have to be. It's about a girl that... She's one of those girls that doesn't take shit, basically. She doesn't take shit from anybody. It's like you can be, and it's basically poor people, not poor people, but, basically middle class versus rich. And basically student culture, being made fun of, and all this stuff. So she's basically going to a yuppie school. Her parents busted their asses off. They moved. They changed their whole lives just so that she could go to the school. They're paying a lot of money because hopefully, in a lot of Asian cultures, the children take care of the parents and the grandparents when they get older, and that's just not in all families, obviously. There's an exception to every rule, but generally this is kind of where that comes from. So they get her into the school so that she can make lots, get a really good job and make lots of money, and maybe marry a really rich guy and take care of them so they don't have to worry about money anymore or whatever. But her family isn't that shallow. I know it sounds shallow, but it's more of a cultural thing, so it's kind of hard to explain. But anyway, it's really, really good series. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. I don't know if you want to buy all of it, but if you have some way to rent it or stream it, I know they have a lot of streaming sites that are legit and legal. But Hanayori Dango, you should check that out. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty big series, too. You can see it comes all the way over here. I think I bought all of them all at once from Animigos. Some kind of big sale. The Right Stuff boxed the entire series together, and I just bought them all at once. Handmade May, this is really cool. This actually had more pre-hype before actually released in Japan. This is when Akihabara was really starting to boom and really starting to turn into, the moe thing was just starting to come into focus. I remember this being kind of a transitional anime around the time when things were shifting from the 90s into 2000. So this would be 2000. Yeah, 2000. This is literally 2000. So yeah, that's why it was right during that transition period between the old 90s style and into the moe today's style. So it kind of encapsulates two different versions of this. It's a good series. It's not amazing, but it's pretty funny. Just the concept of this little teeny tiny robot girl that you plug into a computer with a USB cable. I mean, I know it takes a lot from Chobits, but it's pretty awesome. I mean, this might have predated Chobits for all I know. Heat Guy J, awesome series. Diamond in the Rough. One of those things that not a lot of people find, but it's very available. I mean, you can buy it everywhere. This is all over Amazon and everything. They just made a crap ton of copies of it because I thought that I guess they thought it would be more popular in America, but it wasn't. The animation is really, really good. I don't think it did that well in Japan.